What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV back here with an opposition preview for the big game at the City Ground this weekend, Nottingham Forest against Tottenham. And a welcome back to the Premier League to Nottingham Forest. And we've got Mr. Door from Door on Tour. How you doing, my friend?
I'm not too bad. I'm so excited we're back in the Premier League, and I'm so excited that we're playing against Tottenham Hotspur for the last 23 years. But I'm excited and I can't wait for Sunday.
I'll just get the stabs in here now. We won't mention 91. We won't mention 91 throughout the channel. FA Cup final.
Please don't. It still upsets me, so please don't.
When Des Walker won us the FA Cup. No, I'm kidding. Look, there's only one place to start with Nottingham Forest, and that is what the hell is happening this summer. 15, 16 signings through the door on the back of a brilliant season last year. I mean, run me through your thoughts of what's happening at Forest this summer.
As you know, like I said, we had to get 15 players in because we lost 14 players. We lost 5 players on loan, players out of contracts, players just wanted to leave Forest, and that was our choice to make it. We have to bring players in for the Premier League because everyone knows the Premier League is competitive. And like I said, Steve Cooper had no choice. He said it on so many interviews that he had no choice to buy 15 players, and we're still going on. But I think he's been sensible with it because in the past, with owners that we've had, we've brought in so many players and they've not compete, especially in the Championship. But the players that we brought in are good. And like I said, it's just people like see everyone moaning about what Forest are doing at Fulham, doing at Bournemouth. But people need to remember, like, we've been in the Championship for 23 years. Bournemouth, Fulham, they've come down with Premiership players. They're worth like 25 million. The whole team that we had last season was worth 6 million. So, and now we're buying so expensive players. We're not going to get players on a cheap because we need top players. So, for bringing in 15 players, we've got a reason behind it why we've done it. So, it's worth it, and I think I'm happy with the players that we brought in, and I'm excited. Like I said, the players that we brought in, like Lingard, Mickey Williams, and so many good players that we have as well.
Yeah, and obviously you've started the season now 4 points from the opening 3 games. In terms of level of performances and what you're seeing on the pitch, are you happy with the start of the season?
I think the Newcastle game it overwhelmed us because, like I said, it took us so long to be in the Premier League. Newcastle, they're a strong side, and I think where we were slacking was the centre midfield because the players that played, like, no disrespect to Jack Colback, fantastic player, but Newcastle team, it's just way better than ours. So that game overwhelmed us. As the West Ham game, I know you lot got a little issue with West Ham. We brought in like Mangala, fantastic midfielder, and this was what we was missing. And don't get me wrong, West Ham, they're still a good side, but I think we were just better. And the team, like Tammy Warney, he scored his first goal. It doesn't matter how striker scored. He scored his goal, and that got us off the mark at the City Ground. And the game against Everton, we drew 1-1. And again, first 15 minutes, it was like Newcastle away again. But then slowly, gradually, we got better, and we should have won because, as everyone knows, Everton was the start of poor, and it was like I said, it was a good point. Don't get me wrong, it was a good point, but on a big scale thing, we should have got the 3 points. But as you know, you can't have that minute of thinking, we won the game because anything can happen in this big league. So disappointing, but like I said, 4 points out of the first 3, can't complain.
And moving into the season, after so long outside of the Premier League, what is your aims and achievements this year? Is it mainly just to stay up?
It's a weird one because, like I said, we've been out 23 years, and that's the main thing: stay away from the bottom 3. But if you look at it, like I said, we brought 15 players, a few good players that everyone knows. Why not give me mid-table? I'll take mid-table. Like I said, if it's between 15th or 10th, I'll take that. I think, like I said, if we stay out of the bottom 3, that's an achievement itself. I know we just talk about it. We've brought quality players like Jesse Lingard, Nicky Williams, top players. But if we stay out of the bottom 3, I'll be happy. But like I said, the players that we brought in, I think it's all right saying it, but I personally think that we can get mid-table.
Is there any concern about the sheer volume of players you've brought in? Because getting 16 new players all gelled together for the season is going to be quite an ask for Steve Cooper. I know he's done a brilliant job for Forest, but a lot of times I remember Fulham, it happened to them. They just signed so many players going into a new season, and it just takes too long for them to gel. And by the time they all start clicking, it's already too late. Is there any kind of concern about that?
Not really. Not really. Because like I explained, we had to do it. Because if people's talking about, I know I've heard it on social media platforms, like we're doing a Fulham. We're not doing a Fulham. Because people need to remember, Fulham, they came up with Premiership players. And I think they spent like 115 million. We had to do it. Because if we didn't bring in these 15 players in, everyone would have said, oh, Forest are coming, not competing. We're doing a Fulham, Bournemouth, Norwich. We don't want to be like them. Because you remember, every time Norwich has been up, they didn't spend. So if you look at it, people can say what they want. I'm going to talk about Jesse Lingard because the formation that Steve Cooper played, that number 10 was that's a position that we needed to get. So players like Jesse Lingard, for the experience that he's had, like with Man U, England international, West Ham as well, a great sign for Nottingham Forest. We know it's just a year, but to stay in the Premier League just for one season, for us, it's still a saying, wow, we've stayed in the Premier League with a quality player. What's the problem? But like I said, when it comes to end of May, then we'll say we're Forest off. But for me, as Forest fans, and all Forest fans, I don't think we don't care what anyone says. We had, like I said, Steve Cooper said himself, we had to do it because we don't want to be a yo-yo club like I said, we mentioned Bournemouth, Fulham, Norwich, and etc.
It's an interesting one. There's been a few rumours between Forest and Spurs over the last 24 hours in a player called Sergio Reguilon. Tell me, do you have any more money left in that bank?
No, we still got a few pennies left. I think we said we need to improve. I know we've linked with you left back. Even if we brought two left backs in Toffolo and Omar Richards, but Omar Richards is out for. He's back. I think he's out for a month. Toffolo come from Huddersfield as well, and he's been getting criticism, but he played well against Everton. But then now we have to your left back, so it's a weird one. But if he's good, why not? I said, I mean, he's got experience in the Premier League, so I don't see it. Like if Steve Cooper wants him, let's go and get him. And again, as well, like I said, people moan about. Oh, I keep mentioning it. 23 years out of the league. Steve Cooper, the first manager to get back in the league, and Marinakis. I keep mentioning the owner, Marinakis. He's the owner of Olympiacos as well, and he said when they won the playoff final, he's going to back the manager, and he said his words, and he's done it. So whatever Cooper wants, Marinakis is going to do it. So just all I'm going to say, Spurs fans, if don't upset Marinakis, because if you do, we just come to your club and they will buy a player. So
you can try and get Kane if you want. I don't know if he'll get much luck about it.
Look, you don't want to fear the wrath of the chairman in the Greek league. I mean, I've once seen the chairman of a Greek league come on with a gun onto the pitch. So
I'm not saying like he's done bad things. Like I'm not saying that Marinakis, I love you, but I'm just saying, just don't upset him, because if you like I said, Huddersfield was upset with us. Marinakis took his two players. He's even nicked the manager as well. So, like I said, I want to praise Marinakis. He's done well. He's backed Cooper, and we need players to keep us up in the Premier League.
Talking about a player we signed, I know we didn't sign him from Forest specifically, but he obviously played at Forest last season in Djed Spence. He hasn't obviously got much game time yet at Tottenham after 3 games. Hasn't even been involved in the squad in the last 2 games. When you saw that he was signed with Tottenham, did you think he would hit the ground running? Did you think he would be our number one, or is it not a shock that maybe it's taking a bit of time for him to get into the team?
It's not a shock, because when you play Championship football and you go into Premier League, people expect, because he's fantastic for Forest last season, you're expecting, you'll get in the first team in Spurs. We know you got people like Doherty and who's over right back again.
Emerson
as well. He's got to fight for his place, and we all Forest fans will know he was fantastic for us. The thing is, you never fall in love with a lone player, and we know Forest, we wanted him, but everyone knows Spence wanted to go to Spurs, because everyone knows he's from London as well. And like I said, I think you get in the Spurs team, but like I said, the Premier League, it's really hard. So I think if ever happens to your Spurs right backs, that you get a chance. But he just got to be patient. That's all he's got to do. And do Forest fans miss him? At this moment in time, no, because we've got Nico Williams as well. So, but like I said, Nico Spence, fantastic for us, and something that Forest fans will never forget in the red shirt.
Brilliant. And from an outsider looking in, how do you look at Spurs, and what do you think Spurs can achieve this season?
You've got good players. You've got good players all around. You can mention Kane. You've got Son. You've got quality around. I said I was upset that you didn't win the league when Leicester did. So you've got a good chance. But it's always like I said, you always start good, and then slowly when it comes to mid-season, end of season, you're always flat on your back. But you've got a fantastic manager in Conte. He's got the record of winning cups, trophies, the lot. So Spurs, for me, let's say they've got a good side, and if they don't get, I don't know, people talk about Man City, Liverpool. It's gonna be hard for Spurs to get that top two, but just finishing top four for Spurs, I think it's an achievement. But you've got Conte; he's a winner. He's a winner, and he wants to win cups. So if the Spurs carry on the way they're going on, why not? But as you know, in the Premier League, anything can happen.
Yeah, and the game on the weekend, how do you see it going?
It's going to be a tough game. I think Spurs are going to be the biggest game so far the season. You've got quality all around. You've got Lloris, goalkeeper, great goalkeeper. I know how is he about 34, 35, something like that.
Yeah.
But he's a fantastic keeper. And even in defence, you've got Sanchez as well. Okay, do you want me to carry on having good players that you've got?
Well, some Spurs fans would argue Sanchez isn't a good player, but anyway.
I like Sanchez. I think I liked him when he was at Ajax. He was at Ajax, and you've got quality side, man. But yeah, it's going to be tough. And this Forest fans will say this is a free hit because we've got Spurs, got Man City next. But it's a free hit, and for me personally, I'll take a point. I'll take a point because, like I said, Spurs are. Like I said, they win at the weekend against Wolves. It's 3 points, and your confidence will be high. So it's going to be buzzing. But as fans, like I said, the West Ham game was amazing atmosphere, and just to be back in the Premier League playing against the big clubs like West Ham. It's just going to be a fantastic atmosphere. Like and Spurs come to sit around. I think like the last time we played against you, I'm not going to mention that because I think computers. But yeah, it's just going to be a great atmosphere. But Spurs quality to set it all. They've got quality all around, so it's going to be a tough ask for Forest.
Yeah, I mean, I for one hope you don't go into that attitude when you play against Arsenal, because you should be getting 3 points minimum in that game. Like you already beat them last season, so I think you could do it again. But now, all jokes aside, what's your score prediction going into the game?
It's going to be tough. But let's see, the quality of Harry Kane, Son. I think Spurs will win 3-1. The worst thing I'd never do a score prediction an hour before the game till I see the lineup.
Yeah.
But I've got to say now, but I think Spurs, it's just going to be too hard for us. So I personally think Spurs will win 3-1.
All right, big up for some brilliant Nottingham Forest content. Go subscribe to Door on Tour, where you'll see Mr. Door taking you through each and every Nottingham Forest game throughout the season. Thank you so much for coming and joining us today, and hopefully we'll catch you after the game as well. And looking forward to coming up to Nottingham this weekend in definitely, which is going to be a big game.
You lot can come to Nottingham. I'll show you the place around. They'll be friendly with you. So yeah, I'll say. As well, I do Forest content everywhere, so if you want to just help me out, subscribe. And yeah, I can't wait to see you lot at City Ground, because like I said, it's going to be a fantastic atmosphere, and all the Spurs fans we'll give you a warm welcome when you arrive at the famous City Ground.
Looking forward to it, mate. Looking forward to it. But thank you everyone for joining us today. We'll see you all very soon. Like, subscribe, and comment. And as always,
come on, you Spurs.
Up the Forest.